What up, Warriors? Rocky here with Warriors of the Word. We have snuck Pastor Bert's wife away, and we are going to ask her a couple questions what it's like being married to Pastor Bert. He doesn't know that we're doing this, and he's going to know when we go live, but it's okay. So, welcome, Kristie, to the Warriors of the Word.
Thank
And
you.
I just want to ask you a couple questions about
Okay.
Pastor Bert.
Okay.
How long you guys have been married? What's it like being married to a pastor? Is it hard with him doing full-time pastoral work? Things like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Okay.
So the floor is yours.
We have been married for 36 years,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's this has been one of the harder parts of our life.
Sure.
He is definitely a busy man,
Sure.
and I have found with doing ministry, especially him doing ministry, that it's a really hard argument. Like, I can't go and say, "Well, come on, we have to do this." And
Sure.
he's always like, "Oh no, I gotta go preach here. I gotta do this."
Sure.
And so I'm always like the bad guy, and that's not fair
Right.
because but it is important what he does, and I get it. But yeah, it's been hard. It's been interesting. It's been extremely rewarding.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, I it and exhausting. Like, I never thought. I always looked at pastors and preachers and thought, man, they got a cake job. Like, it is so easy.
See, I used to think that too.
Oh my word, it is not. Like, he is exhausted. When I do have him, he's just like
Sure.
just
I
wants
just
to
want to
chill.
sleep. Yeah.
I just want to chill.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Sure.
do anything
Right.
else. And so yeah, and it's been a year that he's had his own church.
Right.
He's always preached. He's always
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
done things, and had a full-time job.
Right.
So I don't know why, but it is more taxing when you're dealing with other people's
Sure.
stuff.
Trying to get this microphone set here. We're gonna put it over here. There we go. That'll
I
work.
can get close to you, but
Okay.
okay.
Nope. You're good. Now our camera's gonna autofocus. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Now
There
we're
we go.
good. Yeah, man, I can understand that, and I used to make fun of homeboy Pastor Adam. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Pastor Adam Triple Cross Threads. Go check him out this weekend. He will be at the mall. He will have his gear out there. I wanted to plug that last podcast, but um, so where do you guys find? And I know he's busy, and I know pastoral work is super busy work. So where do you guys find the time for that husband and wife connection, that time together that
Um,
you guys that a marriage should have?
a lot of times it is actually traveling in the car.
Sure,
Um, if it's just him and I, and we're running down to the prison or
sure.
doing anything else, that at least gives us some alone time
Hmm.
to actually talk um and visit. But there's other things besides just talking. Like, there's a lot of things. It's like there's stuff around the house that needs done.
Sure,
There's stuff that you just need to work on. And um
sure.
then there's always family time with other parts of the family, and it
Yeah,
seems it's a constant. And so yeah, we try to take that time. And like, when I do get to go with him traveling, like on to a conference or
sure.
something, that's always good because
Yeah,
then
you guys get to
it
spend time
yeah,
together.
we get to spend time
Sure.
together. Even if he's busy during the day, I usually get to see him for a little bit here and there. So
Yeah.
we take it when we can get it.
Yeah, for sure, for
Mhm.
sure, and I'm sure it's hard, and
It
and
is.
and I've always, but as long as I've ever known you guys, you've always been very supportive of him. He's always had his
Mhm.
back, and that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Um, I was just saying that I always used to make fun of Pastor Adam and be like, "Oh yeah, wish I could just have a cushy pastor desk job,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "Yeah, it's not like that, bro."
No,
And
it's
then so
not.
I get to
It's
start
so
seeing the
not.
inner workings of it, and I'm
Mhm.
like, man, these guys are busy.
They are, and it's hard because you deal with a lot of people that have
Sure.
some serious issues.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I miss the humor,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it seems like there's just not a lot of that
Yeah,
happening,
yeah,
and
sure.
so I miss that. But with Bert, there's always something to laugh about, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
always
Yeah. He's
there's
always
always
cracking a
something,
joke about
right?
something.
Right.
That's
So
I think that's part of the I think he's part of the reason why I'm so sarcastic. And I
right.
have and it becomes an issue because I push my sarcasm too far sometimes,
Yeah.
and I take the joke too far, and sometimes it's because I try to look at the funny part of the
Oh yeah.
situation, you know.
You
and
got to.
and sometimes it just you know, sometimes it just irritates people,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, no, I'm trying to be serious right now, and
Right.
I'm like, I know, but it's funny.
But lighten up.
But
Yeah.
lighten up, right?
Yeah.
But I get it. I do that, and it's something that me and God are working on for sure. And so,
But
you
that
know,
was one of the things that really attracted me to him in the first place was his
sure,
humor. So,
yeah,
if he totally lost that, that wouldn't be good for me. So,
right, right,
yeah, so I enjoy that part of him, and
yeah,
ah, he definitely is a presence when he comes in a room.
yeah. That's true. He's
He
just, yeah,
he
that's,
has always
yeah,
been that way, but
sure,
now it's definitely for God and for whatever
yeah, for
is
sure.
happening there. So,
For sure. Well, we just got a few minutes here. I just wanted to grab
okay.
Kristie real quick, and we might have some more people on throughout. This is the last night of Lent at Prince of Peace Church
Yes.
because Easter is coming right around the corner, man.
Yes, it is.
And so we're gonna go have dinner here in about 10
Mm.
minutes. So I just wanted to grab Kristie and see if she had maybe any insight into Bert that we don't know. Is there anything that we don't know that we need to know that you could tell us on air?
Oh man, that's
Is
like
he
opening a can of worms.
Uh-oh. Is he
Yeah.
this from what I know of Bert, so this is part of integrity for me, man. He's the same person no matter where he
Oh
goes.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
for
not
sure.
fake. He
No,
doesn't
not at
put
all.
on nothing.
Nope. And he's the
No,
same guy at home that he is at church that
he
he
is.
is
He
everywhere,
is.
man. And that's part of the reason he's one of my mentors, man, for sure.
Yeah, and over the years, he's probably gotten a little bit nicer. He probably responds better sometimes than I do.
Sure.
And that always just amazes me. He used to be a pretty hard person,
Sure.
pretty angry person,
Sure.
and now he is definitely a little bit different than
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah. I think
But
God's
he
softening that heart, huh?
yeah, but
Yeah, for
he
sure.
is he is and he's got so much knowledge in that head.
Man.
I'm just like, and it's not just about God. I mean,
Right. Just
anything.
sure.
It's like I don't know where he puts it all. I
Right.
really don't, but he sure does keep a hold of all that
Yeah,
stuff
he
pretty
does, man.
good.
He can retain knowledge real well, and that's part of the reason that I like learning under him.
Hmm.
So, you know, Bert said, grab Kristie and ask her what it's like to be married to a knucklehead like me. So I did, you know, and I love you guys very much.
Oh, we love you too.
You guys are definitely family to me, man, and you know, you guys have walked me through some hard times in my life, and you know, I call these guys family, and
Hmm.
they
For
call me
sure.
family as well. And you know, we don't just hang out at church, man. I've been in their
Mm-mm.
house, and
Yeah.
I've ate meals at their house. I've done podcasts at their house.
Yeah.
I've done all kinds of things at their house. You know what I mean? And so you know, I just wanted to get the view of a pastor's wife, and man, it's hard. It's
It's
hard.
hard.
It's hard on their wives, man, because they are gone a lot. And they
Hmm.
are pouring into other people. So here's the one thing that I would say, man: pray for your pastors and your preachers. They pour and pour and pour, but they need poured into too, man,
Yeah, they
because
do.
you know, Adam always says this great thing that you know his ministry starts at home,
Yes, it does.
and Bert says the same thing too. And so you know, I would like to get more pastors' wives on here and have them talk about what it's like, and because you know, as the pastors, you know, we don't see the strain that it has on family,
Hmm.
and but they gotta be obedient, and the pastors are obedient to God, and you know, sometimes at the expense of their family,
Yeah.
and so
That is true. There's sometimes you have to make choices, and
sure.
a lot of times I know Bert will always do the right thing, but
Mm,
there's times that sometimes I have to go in a different direction just to cover all the bases.
sure.
So that's why you get pulled.
Million different
Hmm.
directions. Sure,
Yeah.
sure, absolutely. And I'm sure that's tough, man. And you know, like I said, I used to make the joke of a cushy pastoral job, but there's nothing cushy about it, man.
No.
They don't just sit in their office and write sermons all day. Let me tell you, they are out and about, and they're boots on the ground, 10 toes down, man.
Yep.
I've seen most of my friends are pastors, and I've seen it all, man. Shout out to Pastor Mike Fackler. Shout out to
Yes.
Pastor Chris Kenner,
Yep.
Pastor Adam Doyle, and Pastor Bert Eldridge, man. They are big. They're huge men in my life, man, and they pour into me, and I try to pour back into them, man. So go out, pray for your pastors,
Yes.
pray for your preachers, and most of all, pray for your pastors' wives, man.
Yeah, that would be
Pray for your
awesome.
pastors' wives, all right, because they need prayer too, because they are standing behind their pastors,
Hmm.
and they need prayer too. They're great women of God that stand behind the pastors, and they get, you know, I'm sure limited time
Yes.
with them. So pray for them you know, that they, you know, continue to walk their pastor husbands, and that they continue to do things like that. So pray for your pastors, pray for your pastors' wives. Thanks,
Yes.
Kristie. Let's go eat some
Thanks,
dinner.
Robbie. Yeah.
Yeah. I love you. Jesus loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yes. You know, I never really